Depending on your source, America has either obliterated Iran's nuclear program or just set it back a few weeks. What are you to think when you see these sort of news stories? You know, one of the things I talk about on Smarter News is we want to be solid, quick, concise, nonpartisan news in a day and age when most of the news is really junk food for the mind. That's a term I've used over the last couple of years, meaning that there's a lot of tasty things out there that people want a little bit of a part of, but it's very low on substance. And we could talk more about this in the future. Part of the reason for all the junk food in front of us, all the clutter, is that the business model of news is really built upon that. So the more content, even when it's not very substantial or nutritious for you, is still going to be put in front of you. And because often it's the sweetest, easiest things to access, this is what seems to just absorb the news space. And that's what we want to do at Smarter News, is be an antidote to that. We want to make sure you can come to us for just the best stuff and then get on with your day, because I actually don't want you to be stuck in a 24-hour news cycle. I want you to be totally dedicated to living your best story, whatever that is. And so when we see stories like this that I'm about to describe to you, I think of them like cotton candy stories, as we're going to extend the food metaphor. Bright, very intriguing. Who doesn't want to dabble a little bit in that? But mostly full of air. And it can be difficult when you have these stories in front of you to understand, well, how much of our time at Smarter News do we want to dedicate to them? And how much are they worthwhile to put in front of you? This story, though, is an international story. And because of that, I do think we need to recognize it and talk through it a little bit, because there are some angles here that are substantial to this story. There's also parts to this story that feel a little bit like junk food for the mind, for the amount of attention that it's receiving in the press today. So here's the story.